Starting this video off blazing. Let's let the people get up in here, man, because we have some shit to talk about tonight. We have got some stuff to talk about tonight, everyone. So I'm just going to get my Dutches ready. One left. Got a couple in here. Perfect. Couple in here. All right, we got 4 Dutches. 3 Dutches? Oh, 4 Dutches. Perfect. We solid. We're solid. But let me just let everybody jump in here. And we're going to get on with our news for the night. Got a pretty shocking allegation made about Max B. Been getting a lot of messages, you guys. Just going to let everybody tune in real quick. I'm going to smoke this good sour right here. While we let the chat get lit. Let's let this chat get lit, you guys. A couple interesting articles here. What's poppin', Big Glock 9? Appreciate you for being the first comment on the stream. Let's get some more people in here, you guys, and let's get this stream going tonight. Got some crazy messages, you know what I mean, for some people who claim to have been on the scene and witnessed what happened between Juelz Santana and Max B. So that's what we were going to talk about tonight. What up, Steve Franco? Yo, Mayshawn, take your ass up out of here, bro. Clickbait. It's called reporting on shit that you hear. Take your lame ass out of here, man. Let's let the real fans siphon in so we can get a proper discussion going on tonight about Max B. Yep, Far Rock, Jinx, Stack Bundles, obviously. Supernatural 28, appreciate you for tapping in. Just stay tuned. I've got a message that I'm going to read out. Let's just let the chat fill up a little bit. DJ Sip was popping. Easy. I'm smoking on some sour diesel right now. Just letting the chat fill up. Let's get everybody in here. And then I'm going to read a couple messages that I got in response to a couple interviews that I've done. Pacino, another artist that I've actually met when I was upstate New York. Okay, share this video, everyone. Let's get some people in here, and we are going to talk Max B and Jim Jones, Juelz Santana. Everybody knows that there was a big beef between all of them. I did an interview in the last few weeks with Uncasa, who basically explained to me that Juelz Santana actually ran into Max B at what was considered the height of the beef. And he asked Max if he had any issue, and Max said that he did not have an issue with Jim Jones. So I'm reading into it, you guys, and we all know that on a mixtape produced by DJ Who Kid actually put up a couple of tombstones. DJ Who Kid put up a couple tombstones that actually read R.I.P. Jim Jones, R.I.P. Juelz Santana. And, you know, Juelz at this point had a lot of fans. You know what I mean? What's poppin' too lit? Juelz had a lot of fans. You know what I mean? People were jacking Max B, dissing Jim Jones. Okay, you're going to diss Jim Jones. We don't really know too much about Jim Jones. He has Ballin', But all right, you want to diss him? All right, the people went with it. The people went with it. But when Max started dissing Juelz, that's when they were like, whoa, hold up. We actually like Juelz. You're not going to get us just to start hating every single industry, every single artist in the industry. Buzzo Bands. I heard about this man. He got pressed in the store. Mad people said this is true. He said that he had no beef. That's what Max B said. That's right. That was what Uncasa actually told me in an exclusive interview. I actually got a couple messages that I'm going to read out now. I got a couple messages actually that I'm going to read out now that people have been sending me as of late. People have been sending me messages basically co-signing this whole thing that happened, giving me more information in regard to it. So I just wanted to jump on the net and talk about it. I don't know, Alvin. I think Juelz was the artist that could have went further out of them two. You know what I mean? But Juelz Santana just had so many roadblocks. Probably the most major roadblock being, you know, smoking 30 blunts a day and sipping on that lean. So let's get into this, you guys. I got a couple messages. I got a couple messages on YouTube actually, where people were commenting on the video and they were basically confirming what had happened. I had dropped an interview with Uncasa where he was basically detailing Juelz Santana running into Max B during the height of the beef. One person commented, he said, "These are all facts. Juelz ran into Max B at a store in Harlem called Jersey Man Cap USA on 125th Street. And Max B was with Young Dower, and Juelz was deep as hell." So that's where we're going with this right now, you guys. We're about to dip into a couple messages that I got on YouTube with people basically clarifying this story. But, you know, as I've said in the past, word didn't travel as fast back then. Word didn't really travel as fast as it is right now, you know, where if this happens, it'll be all over the internet the next day, and then your career will be exposed and nobody will care about you no more. Max B was able to, you know what I mean, maneuver around this. You know what I mean? It was like nobody even really knew that Juelz Santana had approached him about the situation. Everybody, I was sort of looking at Max B's situation like how Game played G Unit. You know, it was like Max B was about to destroy the whole Dipset. You know what I mean? That's why I had to ask Sun City in an interview. If you guys haven't seen my exclusive interview with Sun City, go check it out. I had to ask him, why did it seem like Dipset wasn't even responding? Like, to me, it seemed like Dipset was taking like the approach that Ja Rule had by, you know what I mean, turning their shoulder, turning the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? Mr. 1990, Mr. 199 says, "Els just got lazy. Call it what it is." I don't know about that, man. Did he just get lazy because he was in the middle of completing a full album with Lil Wayne? You know, I liken that to be his third album, or that was going to be the warm up for his third album. Share this video, everyone. That's right, Black Trump. Free Charlie, free Max B. But you know, I just wanted to go over this story. It's no shade on any of the artists involved. You know what I mean? It's no shade on any of the artists involved. I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. If you want to support the channel, hit that Cash App, Mikey T Movie. I'm always here with that consistent news for you guys. Appreciate everybody staying in tune with the interviews. So let's get into this for everyone just tuning in. I got a message after I posted my interview with Uncasa, and Uncasa was basically detailing Juelz Santana running into Max B during the height of the beef with Jim Jones. And somebody basically messaged me clarifying this whole statement. He said, "These are all facts. Juelz ran into Max B at a store in Harlem called Jersey Man Cap USA on 125th Street. And Max B was with Young Dower, and Juelz was deep as hell. I was there, and Max B got chump and apologized. And Juelz asked Max B, why you got me and Jim's name on two tombstones on the Public Domain 3 mixtape. Now, everyone, it was later explained, Mr. 199 says his problem wasn't Juelz, but it was with Jimmy. Yeah, that's what a lot of us know. But when it came to the Public Domain 3 tape with the tombstones on it, that's one thing the general public known. It didn't just say R.I.P. Jim Jones. It said R.I.P. to Juelz Santana as well. And it was like, whoa, hold up, Max. We're behind Juelz. Juelz has a whole album coming out with Lil Wayne. We're jacking that. You know what I mean? Max B, Jim Jones, we can go with this, but you know what I'm saying? That's where Juelz's name got put into it. And this has been reasoned as to that DJ Who Kid was the one that actually created the Public Domain 3 mixtape cover. Sometimes shit like that can happen. You know, Who Kid was just trying to be creative. You know what I mean? Who Kid was just trying to do something innovative. Yep. Max said Milli Vanilli. Yeah, but no, he wasn't referring to in that whole thing, Steven, he was not referring to Jim and Juelz. You see, the whole thing with Milli Vanilli was that they were performing other people's music, but they were literally lip syncing other people's music. But a lot of people say that Jim Jones just took Max B's whole style and ran with it. If you look at Ballin' and you look at Why You Do That, you know what I mean? Look at those two singles. You could tell Max B, you know what I'm saying? What up, J-Star? I appreciate you for tapping in tonight. You know, I hope you've been watching a lot of my exclusive interviews as of late. You know, I've been dipping back into the Dipset, you know, the Dipset encyclopedia. You know, I've interviewed Freaky Zeke, I've interviewed 40 Cal, Arsonist, Sen City, and now I've interviewed Uncasa. Also, I interviewed Shice Bubs. So I'm just exploring the whole Dipset story, you know what I mean? Further. Shice Bubs, major salute to Shice Bubs. He was actually one person that told me that my whole theory on Max B's relationship with Dipset was down pat. Like he said, you got it, Mikey T. You know what you're talking about. Timestamps was popping. Long live Mikey T. Damn right, man. Appreciate you. Dipset, Dipset, Dipset. Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. Okay, Steve Franco, Cam at my boys club in Miami tonight. Exchange Miami. My partner, my guy, my top dog in Connecticut here, Murda, actually had Cameron come out to the Lotus Lounge. And I really wanted to bring Juelz out to the Lotus Lounge, but that's right around the time when he actually started going through all of his shit. Yeah, I wanted to bring Juelz out to Connecticut. Bird Gang, yup. Max B was affiliated with Jim Jones through Bird Gang. Yep, that's 100% facts. Juelz had his own set. It was Skull Gang. Shice Bubs, Uncasa, they put together Purple City when they went out and got their own distribution. Freaky Zeke had 730 Dips. Who else? What Hellrel had Top Gunners. You know what I mean? There was a lot of different branches for Dipset. Okay. Supernatural said this. I heard about this a while ago. Juelz was with about 10 dudes, and Max was with one other dude. And this is what Supernatural says. And Max didn't apologize for Jim, from what we heard. He told Juelz, my problem isn't with you. My fault, bro. Well, Supernatural, I don't know if you're just tuning in, but I've got the story here from someone who says a little bit different. I want you to just listen to this here. These are all facts. Somebody commented on my story, sending me a message on YouTube and commenting this. These are all facts. Juelz ran into Max B at a store in Harlem called Jersey Man Cap USA on 125th Street. And Max B was with Young Dower. Just like you said, he was with one person. And Juelz was deep as hell. And I was there. And Max got chump and apologized. Juelz asked Max B, why you got me and Jim's name on 2 tombstones on the Public Domain 3 mixtape? And I can't really call Max B a bitch, but as much as shit he talked, he was a bitch in that situation. That's what the comment said on my page. He said that Max B chumped up. He used the words chumped up in the situation. He's saying this. I got another comment here that I'm going to read in a second where somebody says he was actually in the store with Max B and that he actually asked Max B for his autograph right as this was happening. So this is what people are commenting on my page, yo. There's a lot of rumors going around in New York. My question to some of these is why weren't we hearing about it then? Probably because social media wasn't as, influential back then. It took so much time to get in contact with people and shit back then. When this happened during the release of Public Domain 3. So let's do a little date checking on that. Public Domain 3, Max B, 2014. No. How's that 2014? Okay, so this is Public Domain 3. Let me just see if I can even get a view of the mixtape. Yep, there it is right there. Public Domain 3. Here lies Millie. Wow, you were right. Whoever said that in the chat about Millie Vanilli, it actually doesn't only say here lies Juelz Santana. It says here lies Millie, Jim Jones. Here lies Vanilli, Juelz Santana. He actually referred to Juelz Santana on the mixtape as Vanilli. Yeah, everybody knows Max B went to jail in 2009. About August of 2009, Max B went to jail. So free the real, free Max B. When does Max get out of jail? There's speculation that Max B will get out of jail this year, but the last date, just to be 100% real with you guys, the last date that I read about Max getting out of jail was actually 2025. The last date that I heard about Max getting out of jail was actually 2025. Yeah, Eric, that's one thing back then. Prodigy was going in on Max B back then because apparently Pooh Sims had been in touch with Prodigy back then. And that was the whole thing. Pooh Sims had been in touch with Prodigy, and then Prodigy just ever since then had it in for Max B. And allegedly Max B had a performance in Queens. Again, I don't know this to be true. You know what I mean? I don't know this to be true, but allegedly Max B had a show in Queens where an associate of Prodigy ran up on him and went up onside his head with a bottle, and Max B just ever since then he started making blogs where he was dissing Prodigy about his sickle cell and shit like that. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember that. Yeah, that was another thing, Raskul Thomas. The cover being switched. Max B obviously didn't make the cover to his mixtape. Share this video, everyone. Share this video, my guys. They switched the cover from what they're saying, and they kind of put the blame on DJ Who Kid. You know what I mean? But Who Kid was just trying to be creative. You know what I mean? I won't put the blame on Who Kid for that. Max B was going off on Dipset. You know what I mean? Max B was going off on Dipset. Every other day, it was you ran into this guy. This guy pissed his pants. You know what I mean? This guy didn't want no problems with him. So it was sort of like an effort on like what the game did when the game just literally dismantled every single member of G Unit, even the groupies who wanted contracts. Yo, I appreciate you, Run Down Shine. Buzzo Band said, y'all, this did happen. LOL. Mad people are confirming this to be true. Yeah, I'm just reporting actually what I heard, what some people have been saying for a while now. You know what I mean? Something you would have never heard back in the day when the media was being dictated by, because Max B was out on the streets. It was every positive story about Max B. He was the hottest in the streets. What can you say? You know what I mean? Max is going to come home and be the hottest on the streets too again. That's my bet. Max B is on a different wave. You damn right, man. Max B's a whole nother wave. I don't want nobody to think I'm dissing Max B on this video. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of Max B. He's given me an opportunity. I'm a fan of Juelz Santana as well. Hell, I'm a fan of Jim Jones. Jim Jones has given me the most opportunity out of any of them. You know what I mean? Jim Jones actually went and did a record with Scott Storch in the studio. We was all there. I'm the one who put it together. And then Scott Storch and I went to the studio. I went to the club Cameo in Miami. Yo, Steve, I went to Cameo with Scott Storch and we played the record that we just made with Jim Jones. So that is a real opportunity, you guys. If anybody wants to ask me about where my allegiance lies, you know what I mean? But I don't support any more one of them more than the other. You know what I mean? I love Max B's music. I have a general enthusiasm for Juelz Santana's career. He's lit as hell. And Jim Jones is just a good dude overall. You know what I mean? You can tell Jim Jones is a good dude. Look what he did for Max B at one point of his career. Look what he did for Stack Bundles. Look what he did for Mel Matrix. Look what he did for all these guys. No, you know what I mean? All these people, putting them in a position to be on an album, and we're just going to gloss over that fact, you guys. I'm not going to, because that's what I respect. Yup, John, Max B's going to come out banging. That's 100% facts. Max B's going to come out of this swinging. Okay, yo, E-Money from Cali, I appreciate you, man. Primo says, I remember hearing about this story during the beef. No cap, for real, for real. Yeah, it's a story. Obviously, I wasn't blogging back then, you guys. You know what I mean? Obviously, I wasn't blogging back then. I actually did an interview with Max B in 2011 after he had already been locked up. But so yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The Public Domain mixtape, Public Domain, Max B Public Domain, DJ Who Kid and Gang Green present. Yep. And it's crazy. But yeah, let's get back into these messages that I got, you guys. So I got another message where somebody basically, they commented before they even saw the video. They were like, I didn't even see the video yet. I'm watching now while typing, I don't know if he was referring to me as I promise I was there that day. So this guy right here is saying that he was there that day. He's saying, I was there that day. Me and my man's Juelz from the Bronx was in Cap USA. So now this is a second person. This is a second person confirming that it happened at Cap USA, because the first guy said, they're all facts. Juelz ran into Max B at a store in Harlem called Jersey Man Cap USA. So now the second person is like, I didn't even see this video. I'm just watching now while I'm typing. But I promise I was there that day. Me and my man Juelz from the Bronx was in Cap USA when they tried to press him. Now, he went in on keyword tried. He went heavy on the word tried to press him. But your man with the braids, the dark-skinned dude called Blackadon, saved Max. So this dude is claiming that a dude named Blackadon, I'm not familiar with Blackadon. I don't know if anybody in the chat is familiar with him. Saved Max. My dumbass, so this guy continues, my dumbass was so close, I asked for an autograph from Max while he was being pressed. He looked wild, nervous. This guy's saying he was so close to Max. Blackadon is Dipset. Okay, Primo, appreciate that. He's saying that Blackadon saved Max. Yeah, I got about like 11 classic videos with Max, and one of those actually went on to French Montana's album. So yeah, it was definitely a dope experience. Actually, I did 2 interviews with Max B, one in 2013 and one in 2011. Yeah, we actually did a second interview together. Let's see, I'm just going to send this link to the guys. Okay, I appreciate everybody for tuning in right now. We're going over some crazy information that was posted on a couple of my videos. You know what I mean? Basically co-signing what had happened to Max B at a place called Caps USA in Harlem. Excuse me, guys. Stream set up properly. So basically, since everyone's tuning in right now, I'm going to read this first report that I got, this first message I got, and it was basically in response to my video with Uncasa, where Uncasa detailed Juelz Santana running into Max B during the height of the Jim Jones beef, right? So somebody actually commented, he said, these are all facts. Juelz ran into Max B at a store in Harlem called Jersey Man Cap USA. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat from Harlem, from New York that knows about Cap USA, but share this video. Let them know we're talking real shit tonight on the channel, Mikey T, the movie star. But he said, these are all facts. Juelz ran into Max B at a store in Harlem called Jersey Man Cap USA on 125th Street. And Max B was with Young Dower, and Juelz was deep as hell. And I was there, and Max got chump, and he apologized. Juelz asked Max, why you got me and Jim's name on two tombstones on the Public Domain 3 mixtape? So that's what actually Juelz Santana went up to Max B and said when he confronted him. He said, why do you have our names, my name, as well as Jim Jones's name, on the tombstones on the Public Domain, which was a mixtape presented by Gangrene and DJ Who Kid from G Unit, you guys. Now, on the mixtape, I didn't realize that it actually said, here lies Millie, and then it was Jim Jones, and then it actually said, here lies Vanilli. Millie and Vanilli, actually putting Juelz with Jim Jones, as if Juelz is the same type of artist as Jim, as if Juelz had to have people write music for him, as if Juelz was trying to really present himself off someone else's style. I don't believe any of those things. I think Juelz Santana was a trendsetter. I think, you know what I mean? I think Jim Jones had as much money as he wanted to dress the way that he wanted. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody for tapping in here. We got a very important story that we're speaking on right now. This shit is crazy. I got a lot of response to the recent interviews that I've been doing. A lot of people talking about Max B. A lot of people basically clarifying rumors, tales, whatever you want to call them. Shout out to Irv Gotti. They're tales, right? Let's get into some of the. Randy said Cap USA. E says Jim was under gang unit surveillance for over 15 years. Share this video, everyone. Let's get 200 people up in here. Jim was under gang unit surveillance for over 15 years, has numerous charges, and gave orders to. Okay, man. Yeah. Yeah, we've heard all that shit. I'm not trying to talk about all that crazy shit that's going on right now that the feds are looking into, man. I take a look at hip-hop history, man. We're here looking at hip-hop history today. We're not looking at federal investigations, man. Cap USA, okay. Okay. Yo, Nobody Puts On podcast. I am going to be hopefully linking with Jaja for an exclusive interview in the future. So stay tuned for that. Black Adon is Dipset. Real Goon. Yude, what up? What up? I am Coffee Tea. What's poppin'? Appreciate you for tuning in. Hit that like button, everyone. I see we got 36 likes in here. Yo, I'm going to need y'all to turn that shit up. I'm going to need y'all to get like 50 likes in here on the double, man. Okay. Ask Juelz and Jim where the energy was when Rod Diggs won it. Nobody wanted issues with Rod Diggs, man. Come on now, man. Rod Diggs had Jimmy scared up in the studio. Eric also says, word, Mikey, my favorite is actually Juelz and Dipset. Yeah, nah, that's a lot of people's favorites. You know, Juelz was the young boy coming up in Dipset. You know, he was right behind Cameron, in my opinion. But then Jim came and showed what he could do, and he actually did it on an independent market. So they really looked at Jim like he could sell some shit. And I'm bullshit, and you're blocked. Thank you for tuning in, man. World on 89. Well, I'm about to read the second message I got in regard to this. And Juelz, and J.R. Writer actually had a big single with Lil Wayne as well. He actually had a major single with Lil Wayne, you know? I thought he was going to take off major after that. But let's get into this second message, you guys. So somebody jumped on and said, I didn't even see the video yet, and I'm watching it now while typing. But I promise I was there that day. Me and my man Juelz from the Bronx was in Cap USA when they tried to press him. Now he capitalized tried to press him. So stay tuned. Let's get up on this. Now I got two people messaging me saying it was in the same place, Cap USA. Damon, I don't think you know who you're talking to. I've been doing interviews since 2009. You're a fake ass commenter. You're a fake ass YouTube fan, man. I'm somebody who's been putting out credible shit. Have you seen Vlad interview Pusha T, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne? I've interviewed all three of them. Get out of here, sucker. Actually, keep watching, man. On my dick. Boom. Cameron is the boss of Dipset. He's a millionaire. He made Jim and Juelz millionaires. You're out of here. No, I'm going to let him chill. He obviously wants to ride my nuts a little bit. Did Max say sorry for the cover art? Well, it seems to me like they tried to place the cover art blame on DJ Who Kid. You know what I mean? Yo, what up, Free Browen Jr., Duce from Connecticut checking in, big facts. Buzzo Band says, yeah, in Max B's defense, All Over Hustler's poem gave Jim's career CPR because that was my favorite Jim Jones album. But, you know, Jim Jones was making moves before that as well. You know what I mean? Linking up with The Game while The Game was just in the middle of blowing up. Jim Jones knew how to make moves. You know what I'm saying? No, not you, John. John, it's probably your first time. It's probably your first time tuning in. But sometimes when people get a little bit disrespectful, I'll put them on block and I'll be like, "You're out of here," and then the whole chat will go crazy. But nah, man, you seem like you're good money, man. Big facts, big facts. Okay. I liked On My Way to Church too, Jimmy's first album. So let me get back into this message that I'm reading in regard to Juelz Santana confronting Max B in Harlem, you guys. Yo, King Cash Beats, I appreciate you tuning in tonight, my brother. Yup. 50 Cent's DJ Who Kid. Yup. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be checking these dudes. So listen up, guys. This is getting back into the message. Dude is like, I didn't even see the video yet. I'm watching now while typing, but I promise I was there that day. Me and my man Juelz from the Bronx was in Cap USA when they tried to press him. But your man with the braids, the dark-skinned dude you call Black Adon, saved Max. My dumbass was so close, I asked for an autograph from Max while he was being pressed. He looked wild, nervous in the store. And I like the dude, Max. I saw all of y'all out there with white phantoms. He said he looked wild nervous, and I like the dude, Max. He's not trying to be, you know what I mean, on Max's dick. He's not trying to be siding with them. He's just keeping it real, giving a real impression of what was there. I mean, the guy's keeping it real. He said he asked Max B for an autograph while all of this was going on. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. Sour tonight, man. You know I got a big bag of sour that I'm smoking on, Greg. What's popping? Picks 2 official. What's popping? Angel, what's good? Yo, Ed, yo, if anybody wants to freestyle, I'm gonna put the link up. I'm gonna put the link up. We're gonna be doing that in a few minutes. Eric Spencer, what's popping? Now listen, Iceberg, I'll read it back once more. So this was a message I got, you guys. He said, I'm watching now while typing, but I promise I was there that day. Me and my man Shells. So this dude who was with a guy named Shells from the Bronx we were in Cap, USA when they tried to press him. But your man with the braids, the dark-skinned dude you call Black Adon, saved Max. My dumbass was so close, I asked for an autograph from Max while he was being pressed. He looked wild, nervous in the store. And I like the dude, Max. I saw all y'all out there with white Phantoms lined up, parked in the middle of the street. And I got that mixtape you passed out. I was bumping that shit all summer getting pussy. You remixed T-Pain. You remixed T-Pain shit. I can't believe it. Fire. You definitely telling the truth. So that was actually in response to what Uncasa said. Somebody said that he's telling the truth. He's saying that he was actually in the store. He was actually in the store when it was happening. He was there so close to Max B while he was getting quote unquote pressed. I mean, oppressing when it's happening right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? You know when somebody's getting pressed when it happens right in front of you. I didn't want to word the video as pressed when I did the interview. You know what I'm saying? When I did the interview with Casa, out of respect to, you know what I mean? But now people are saying that Max B was forced to apologize to Juelz Santana. I can't believe it, y'all. I can't believe that shit. Shit's coming to the light now in the day of the internet age. You know what I mean? Does that make Max B any less real what happened that day? No, not in my opinion. Max B's a real one, you guys. Juelz Santana just went in there because of what he saw on that mixtape cover. Simple as that. It said, "Here lies Vanilla," referring to Juelz Santana. Like, yo, what up, K Shoppa? What's popping? What is the update on Max B's release? They're talking about him coming home in 2021, but in all honesty, the date that I read was actually 2025. Yeah. Roast up that Gary Payton, bro. Far Rockaway. Yo, major respect to Far Rockaway. Yo, you mess with I used to know a dude out there named Finesse. He was from Far Rock. He repped Far Rock. Don't forget about me, Max B. Don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Okay. John Smith says it's not actually. I'm a huge fan of Dipset. They said all this when it happened in the interviews. I've been hearing all this. Well, I don't remember ever hearing Jim Jones get on an interview, and I've been watching this. I don't remember Jim Jones getting on an interview and saying, "Yo, we got footage of Max B getting pressed. We got Juelz checked him in Harlem on 125th at Cap USA." I never saw that footage because if I would have saw that footage back then, anybody in the chat, have you guys ever heard Juelz saying, "Yeah, I ran down on Max B. I ran down, checked him, made him apologize"? Never in my life have I heard it. Never in my life have I heard it, or else my whole perspective as a fan would be changed. Janetti. Okay, just like when Hell Rel said Jim Jones is actually from the Bronx and Weeks Ave block. We're in here from early 2000, but everyone just getting notified when Camera said it. I don't see what that has to do with anything, man. I'm gonna have to stop reading your comments if you're not gonna be making sense, my dude. Eddie Fresh, are you talking about Max B jumping in an interview and saying that they kicked his car? Yo, AP, we're not freestyling yet, bro. Come back in a little bit. Yo, man, I thought you was cool, homie. I thought you was cool, homie. I hate reading people's comments and then they just turn out to like, yo, if you got so much theory on the game, if you be getting theoretical and shit, why don't you create a YouTube page and start doing your, you know what I mean? And start putting the news out if you really heard it. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't remember ever hearing the guys from Dipset ever get on the internet and say, yo, we demolished Max B. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. That's not how it was. I even had to ask in interviews with different people from Dipset, why didn't we get more disses aimed at Max B? Why did it seem like Max B was taking y'all on? See, Cash, never heard that one. Well, you know, Hell Rel had a major opportunity with his debut album for the hell of it. You know what I mean? Hell Rel almost got a similar push in his music as Tony Yayo, you know, being the one from Dipset that actually was serving time. But Hell Rel just didn't really get the right singles. Hell Rel didn't even really get the right singles. You know what I mean? Maybe they should have given Hell Rel Touch It or Not. Was it called Touch It or Not or Suck It or Not? Maybe they should have gave, you know, if they would have maybe put Hell Rel on that joint with Cameron and Lil Wayne, maybe he would have went somewhere. But damn, I'm just sounding like a marketing genius right now with the way I be giving out these ideas. Okay, there you go, Eddie. I know my shit. That's why I've got a YouTube channel. You don't need to comment something so ferociously. I know what I'm on here talking about. Right. In reference to what, though, Cash? In reference to what, though, my brother? Looks like I'm going to have to roll another one. Yo, I ain't going to lie. 40 cal. I ain't going to lie. 40 cal has been turning up. I am not going to lie. 40 cal has been turning up. I just saw him in a battle with Chubby Jag, actually. I was rather impressed. You know what I mean? I was actually rather impressed with the battle from 40 cal. If y'all haven't seen that, go check out 40 cal versus Chubby Jag, an associate of Cassidy. Everyone knows that 40 cal and Cassidy have been going back and forth for quite some time now. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm not going to put your name up here, but hell yeah, we definitely do mess with Max B all day. Beans sold damn near 500K behind bars, no promotion. Fans cared about raw hip hop, no bubblegum bars, no bubblegum jams. But yo, to be honest with you, man, Beanie Siegel and Hell Rel are a whole different category. You know what I mean? They're a whole different category. Perfect example. Listen to Hell Rel By Your Side and listen to Beanie Siegel Feel It in the Air. Look how each of them handles an emotional record. You know, Beanie Siegel is just timeless. And let me drop another fact on you. Hell Rel's debut album actually sold 16,000 first week. Like, he kind of got screwed in that he didn't have the right single. I suggested maybe giving Touch It or Not his single, but I don't even know if that's the right time frame. Yo, Iceberg, can you check that time frame for me as far as when For the Hell of It was released, and when Cameron released Touch It or Not with Lil Wayne. I want to know if the time frame could have worked where they could have put Hell Rel on the third verse and gave him that record. Janetti asked, did Jim Jones make any public response last summer when he was hating on the Bull Max B while he was behind bars? Last I heard, Max did the adult man thing and kept it cool. Yeah, Max has tried to end all the issues with Jim Jones, to my understanding, but it's just too deep, man. Like, Jim is going to end it with people that, you know, weren't publicly going at him in kind of a disgusting manner, an embarrassing manner, I guess I should say. You know, Jim has put several of his differences to the side. Like even him and Cam, even him and Cam actually got back together, although it was short-lived. You know what I mean? Although it was short-lived. All right, Eddie. Respect to you, Eddie. Snowman. Yeah, I know about Hassan Campbell's YouTube channel. Who doesn't know about Hassan Campbell's YouTube channel? But the thing is, I wonder, does Hassan Campbell know about my YouTube channel? You know what I mean? That's what I wonder about. Does Hassan Campbell know about my YouTube channel? Of course I've seen Hassan Campbell's YouTube channel. You know what I mean? His name is turning heads right now, majorly. Damn, E. Okay. We got some information on Hell Rel right here. I hope we're not driving the viewers out, though. Hell Rel's debut solo album was released in 2007, September. The first single was Show Off. The single was Show Off, and that single wasn't really any good, you know. Now, Iceberg, I want to know, when was Suck It or Not or Touch It or Not released with Cameron and Lil Wayne? Queens, New York. Queens, New York in the building. You know I got love for Queens, man. Queens, one of my favorite boroughs, man. What you talking about? What you talking about? Queens in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in. I don't know, Greg. A lot of people be knowing about me that I meet. Like Mike Will Made It knew who I was. You know what I mean? A lot of people be knowing who I am and shit. Like, bro, I met like Jamie Foxx and Hulk Hogan and shit. Like, partied in the club with them dudes. Something to watch says roll a fat one. No, I'm talking about the record with Cameron and Lil Wayne. I'm talking about the record with Cameron and Lil Wayne. You know, where he was like, I get head in the strangest places, two at the same time, call it changing places. Something like that. Nah, man. Two at the same time, call it changing places. Suck It or Not. But I think the edited version was Touch It or Not, right? Two at the same time. Nebraska on the tap in. Yo, man, what's good, yo? All right, y'all. If anybody. Kill this. Let me see. Wow. They totally it says right here, Suck It or Not featuring Lil Wayne was actually released on March 8th. I'm seeing right here December 25th to March 8th, 2008. They could have easily. I don't know, Buzzo. Why don't you go ponder that in timeout, Buzzo? But all right, so right now I'm reading that the Suck It or Not with Cameron and Lil Wayne actually dropped March 2008. They could have easily given that shit to Hell Rel to promote his album in 2007. East Baltimore in the building. Yo, Juvie, I'm smoking on some sour tonight. I love when new fans tap into the channel that don't even really like know who I am and shit. They be like riding so hard at first. They're like, oh shit, he said something to me. And then they're like, oh, Mikey T. And it's like, yo, you need to chill out, man. This is a space for the greatest hip hop in the game. You know what I'm saying? Don't take what I do for granted, man. Don't take what I do for granted. This is a space. London in the building. Appreciate you, man. Okay. Let's tap in. Somebody said Young Chris as well. Definitely a big fan of Young Chris. What am I smoking on tonight? Sour Diesel tonight. I'm gonna be smoking on Sour Diesel for probably like the next 3 weeks. I'm about to get another couple O's of that shit. If they hate, then let them hate and watch the beamer navigate. Nah, it dropped in 2008, my man. From what I'm reading on the internet right now, Cameron Suck It or Not dropped in 2008. Let me type in actually release date. Because if it was 2006, then they could have definitely hit. Yep, you're right. You're right, 2006. Why didn't they hold that record up for somebody who really needed it? Jim Jones is on a roll. Yep. You and Gilly got some of the best interviews. Add Wallow next time. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. I wanted to do just an interview with Wallow himself as well, but Wallow's just got so damn busy. You know what I'm saying? Wallow's got so damn busy in the last few months. It's crazy. So I'm just letting them do their thing. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm doing my thing. Free Max B. That's right. Let's roll up, y'all. I'm fitting to roll up. Got my Dutches, got my big bag of gas, you dig? Fitting to roll up. Now, if anybody wants to come in and freestyle, anybody wants to come in and talk about Max B, I want you to. Yeah, Cameron, that's whack when people try to say that Max B is a snitch. I don't jack that shit at all. I don't jack that shit at all about Max B being a snitch. It's whack. It's people looking for headlines. You know what I mean? Talk about something new, like what we're doing tonight. Like we're talking about an altercation that Max B had in Harlem. You know what I mean? Let's talk about some other shit. You know what I'm saying? People are saying they tried. That's what they're saying, that they tried to press Max B. Gil and Wallow are real big homies. Yeah, they're two good dudes, man. I've had a relationship with Gilly since like 2012, 2011, somewhere around there. You know, I want to say my first interview with him was in 2012. So what, we're like 10 years strong. But right now, Gilly is becoming the biggest person, the king of media. Never mind the king of Philly, but also the king of media, you guys. Gilly's really taking over, man. And I respect that out of Gilly. Yeah, nah, man. I spent my whole day getting my mind right, bro. You know what I mean? Got to prepare. You got to prepare for these live streams. You know what I mean? Actually, we were supposed to be talking about the Saint Lunatics tonight, but we're going to talk about that tomorrow. We also got the Chief Keef Finally Rich album review for you coming tomorrow. So we got a whole bunch of content. But you know what, man? This is something new. I'm responding to the comments made in the chat. That's something I've wanted to do for a while now. Respond to the comments in the chat. Smurf and I started doing it with some of the joints where people were asking questions about things that were happening in New York. But we're going to take it a step further, man. I want to do a whole bunch of different concepts for the channel. You know what I mean? To get new details out there about different things like that. King Richie, respect to that, man. I appreciate you for tapping in. Free AR Rab. I just actually hit him up the other day about the OT the Real interview that I did, and he was just basically telling me that OT the Real's been a solid dude for a while. Yeah, Majestic's gonna have a lot to say about the St. Lunatics. Majestic's actually from St. Louis, so we're gonna get the whole perspective from what's going on over there, you guys. You know, I'm an East Coast cat. You know what I mean? Naveed, what's poppin'? I appreciate you tuning in tonight, man. I always be seeing you in the chat and shit, man. That's consistency. That's what I prided my whole career on is consistency, you guys. I don't know about that CJ shit, man. We're not on here talking about CJ tonight. Damn. That's crazy. These joints is like 250. Sometimes like 350. But you be like, yo, fuck it. With the Woody. I think it's whoopty, man. You just made me look crazy saying that. It's whoopty, bro. Guy doesn't even know what the hell the record's called, and he's trying to diss somebody who's rich as hell right now. Yep. Janetti, we're going to go over all of that. We're going to go over all of that, Janetti. All of that. All of the Saint Lunatic shit. That's right. That shit's going to be lit, too. I told Majestic to be ready. Yo, Charles, what up? What up? What up? What up? Appreciate you, Charles. Thank you, man. Oskino's new joint is cool. Yep. Oskino's new podcast, Deeper Than Rap. Definitely a dope new podcast. He had Beanie Siegel on the first episode. They split it into 3 parts. If y'all haven't seen that, go check it out for 3 dope conversations, really. What's everyone smoking on? What's everyone smoking on tonight? AR Rap is the best rapper in Philly. I agree. Saint Lunatics was cool. Just Nelly for real. You're funny. Super Silver Haze. Okay. Garlic cookies. Nah, King Rich, I don't know Vlad. Sour OG. GG4 mixed with the Obama runts. I'd never heard of the Obama runts aside from memes. But yeah, GG4 is one of my favorites for sure. Okay. Charles says, don't smoke, my guy, but sipping on that 1738. 1738. Hell yeah, man. I can respect that. Yo, that's my perspective. In my perspective, Ab is my favorite rapper from Philly. Now, the most popular, no, I'm not going to say he's the most popular rapper. I would say the most popular mainstream rapper is Meek, followed by Cassidy, followed by Beans. You know what I'm saying? That's my right popularity level right there. Okay, my dude right here just said, my two cross Cam, appreciate you for tapping in. Geez, I just put 2 grams of platinum kush in a wood. I'm burning right now. Would you? Hell yeah, man. Okay, so we got some alien kush getting burned up in here right now. We got that platinum kush getting burned. As my man said, he put two in a backwood. Young Beezy got that super sour and some shit called Rainbow OG Fire. Rainbow OG. Okay, I've heard some rainbow type weeds, but I love sour. That's actually what I'm smoking on right now. That's actually what I'm smoking on right now. Yep, low as well. If I'm talking to, yeah, you know, but if you're talking popularity, you got to talk about PNB Rock too, though. Pink Runts, smoking good, bro. You smoking good. Uppercut OG, that's what I like to hear. What's everybody smoking on tonight? And what are you smoking out of? This is my favorite thing to smoke out of. Honestly, this or a raw paper cone, just fill one of those up. Naveed says the double gelato ultra space cookies #2 pencil lead to the head. Killer Kush. Hey, that Baltimore sour diesel. Okay, I hear you. Baltimore sour diesel. That's what's up. Purple Gushers, Roger Brown in the building. What's popping, man? Purple Gushers, man. That sounds like a trip. Purple Gushers out of a raw and grabba. Appreciate you for tuning in tonight, man. If anybody missed the Max B stuff, just scroll back to the beginning of the video. I talked about it for the first hour. I got 2 messages basically confirming the altercation. Sour always hits. That's what I'm on right now, bro. Star Dog. What? Star Dog? I ain't never heard of no Star Dog. Oreos, Breezy. My man burning some Oreos. I ain't never heard of that. Oreos out the Dutch Master. All right. Dark stout backwoods. All right. 29% THC and then purple gushers. Zamir, I'm not going to disregard anybody's messages. Zamir says that Jim Jones is the king of New York. You know, to each of his own, man. Jim Jones, I would have to say right now, you can tell me if you agree with this. Anybody else in the chat, you can tell me if you agree with this as well. I would say Jim Jones had a top 5 New York anthem with Ballin'. That's one of the top 5 anthems that have ever come out of from a New York artist, in my opinion. That would be on the top 5 list. Dope Boys TV in the building tonight. Oh, what a feeling. Yo, Piff always had that great taste to it, man. That's what I was talking about. Jimmy Conway got it. The Rainbow Driver. That's what I had actually bought one time from the dispensary and was not into it. Banana pudding and Rainbow Driver. Effing names in a Dutch. Final in the papers, how we smoking over here, Young Breeze said. Dark Low close to Ab in that race. Yeah, I would put, like, if I was going with my list, which a lot of you are going to hate on me for this list, but I told Cassidy this list. I would go Meek Mill, Cassidy, Beanie Siegel, Gilly the Kid, A.R. Ab. That would be my list of the most popular artists to ever come out of Philly. But obviously, I would have to go. You guys. I would obviously have to go Meek Mill, Cassidy, and I rephrased this too. I went Meek Mill, Cassidy, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, Gilly the Kid, A.R. Ab. Then I'd put Dark Low. Yeah, that's what I did. But then I'd go probably Dark Low, PNB Rock. You got to show the Young Guns some love too. They really did something different. As well. You mess with White Owls, then when they were hell no. No, I mess with the cones, brother. Iceberg. I mess with the cones, the raw paper cones. All right. Let's see. Okay. Slurricane, Nick Miller. I had some Slurricane. That shit was actually hitting. I got a couple O's of that Slurricane. Samir's going on about Jim Jones still. He said, Jim Jones is the hottest rapper out of New York, Harlem. I love his music. 2004 to 2006. We got some Georgia Pie. Miguel's actually blazing some moon rocks. What are you blazing that out of the bowl, or did you sprinkle that into a blunt? Much love, Mikey T. I always hit you like if I miss a live. I appreciate that, man. UK Star Dog, huh, man? That's what's up. And my man Roger said he also's got an eighth of some Candyland and some Rainbow Pie. Cameron responds to Zamir saying Jim ain't bigger than Cam. So you guys, if you want to jump on this live, Cameron and Zamir, if you guys want to jump on this live right now and actually come in here to debate who's bigger, Jim or Cam, I'm going to give you a quick platform to do so. Slurricane and a White Owl, I think that's a waste of some Slurricane, my brother. Please take that out of the White Owl, shut this live off, and go to the store and get yourself a raw paper, a backwood, or a Dutch. Vice plug in the building. What's popping, my dude? I'm glad you tuned in and you're blazing some GG4. That is definitely one of my favorite weeds. Buzzo says he is not the king of New York, but I agree on the top 5 anthem. Yo, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, Buzzo. Apple fritters. I ain't never heard it. Is that like an edible, man? I ain't never heard of no apple fritters weed. Damn, that's what's up. Breezy wants me to say his top 5. Top 5 MCs in New York is Ghost, Ray, AZ. I've interviewed AZ, Nas, and Styles P. Dope list right there. Ghostface, Killa, Raekwon, the Chef, AZ, Nas, and Styles P. All right, that's what's up. Excuse me 1 second. 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I was just responding to my brother. If Shine ain't get knocked, all his work was classic. I did like his 2 albums. I like the Shine album and the Godfather Buried Alive album. Freeway, 100%. Extendo blunts. Yo, Cameron, hit the Cash App and I'll answer that question for you. Cash App, Mikey T Movie. If you want to make a donation to the channel, you guys, that would be greatly appreciated. Cash out that Mikey T movie. Let's see if we got any more weed strands in here. Juelz rap better than both. I was talking about that earlier, Breezy, how Juelz was really following Cameron up, but then Jim Jones really just skyrocketed and made his name for himself. Jim, Cam, Max B, all on the same level. Okay, Miguel says he's putting the moon rocks in a blunt and he rubs it around with some keef. Green Dutches, Green Dutches are cool, Janetti. Green Dutches are cool. Jim has been the only one that has been consistent over the last 3 years. Jetty Parker says. Jetty, Jim Jones has been making a lot of projects that were kind of like, you know what I mean? Jim's projects were kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Jim's projects were actually kind of like EP projects. You know what I mean? Jim was actually putting out projects that were kind of like EPs and shit like that. So I don't know if I can necessarily agree with that. But yeah, he was a little bit more consistent, you could say. The best out of Harlem, Big L. Yo, what was that strain, Roger? I'm sorry, I didn't. Gary Payton. Okay. So how much Gary Payton did you buy, though, man? A lot of people have Gary Payton, but I'm wondering, like, how do you buy an eighth? You know what I'm saying? Because I usually always buy more than an eighth. 1 second, guys. Oh, damn it. I hate when I do that. I'd be so high I put the wrong end of the blunt in my mouth. Well, guys, we're probably going to go live again tonight and do the episode on St. Lunatics. I get halves. Yeah, I get. Okay, we got a review on the Gary Payton. Triple W says Gary Payton was terrible when I had it. If it's not cookies, it's Gary Payton. Is it really that easy to get Gary Payton? Is it really that easy to get Gary Payton? How much was that 14 of Gary Payton, Jetty? And like, what is it? Somebody explain this Gary Payton to me, even though I probably only have to Google it real quick. Gary Payton just sells weed now or something like that? Nah, you're smart. You're smart, Roger Brown, for doing that, man. So you always have a different flavor. You always have a different flavor and shit. You never get tired. OG Kush is my favorite weed, though. No doubt about it. Probably OG Kush, Do-Si Do has proved to be a really good tasting weed. But if I could go with one, it would be like OG Skywalker. You know what I mean? Skywalker Kush. I would go with that as like the top OG. And then you'd follow it up with the Do-Si Do, Sour, GG4. It's like top 4 weeds right there. I'm not in Philly. I'm in Connecticut, and there's a dispensary in Massachusetts. You need a Cali plug for the iceberg. Iceberg said, that's true. Yep, just talking to RBH right now. We're going to get that shit going for tonight, you guys. That's my shit. Trenton, New Jersey. Do-Si Do. Yeah, Do-Si Do actually had one of the best tastes of weed that I've ever had. Do-Si Do. No, what somebody said. Kappa said it was terrible. You must have didn't have the real thing. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be going live again at 10:30 tonight, you guys. Damn. Eric Badwell. Yo, let the guys know we're going live at 10:30 tonight if they want to come in and spit. We're going to be doing a show about the St. Lunatics tonight. Oh, shit, Jetty. That's actually a good price for the Gary Payton. You must have got that from like the homie or something. Mac is fire. Mac is fire. Man, I just hope everybody in here knows that I've actually done an interview with Max B that appeared on an album, you guys. Like, it's no joke. My interview with Max B was on an album. It was on French Montana's Excuse My French album. So, you know, my thoughts on Max B are that we are connected musically. Like, we've actually worked together. So I would not go against him for anybody. You know what I mean? So I think the fact that he didn't get beat up or anything in that store, he must have held his own. Look at me in the Tony Sunshine situation. I didn't get beat up whatsoever. I actually walked up to Tony Sunshine and told him what I had to tell him. You know what I mean? Situation is kind of similar now that I think about it, because Max B actually had a mixtape cover that maybe he didn't okay. It's saying "Here Lies Vanilli" when it had Juelz Santana on a tombstone and all that. Maybe he didn't necessarily okay that, and he caught some flack over it. That's just how I feel about the situation. You know what I mean? Like, but also the reason we didn't hear enough from Dipset is because Max B had the more street outlets, the guys who he could talk to, and they would put the shit out on the internet the next day. The main guys in Dipset had to get all the shit that they put out on the internet cleared because they were mostly being put on television. It was all about image, in my opinion. I think it was about image. I think that's why Dipset didn't go back at Max B. I think it was all mostly about image, you guys. Manit said, stop smoking. Stop smoking. Trivia. Trivia for anybody in the chat. I'm going to ask you guys right now. When Max B was locked up, Jim Jones did an interview. He said he wasn't going to bail Max B out when his initial bail hit. He was going to bail him out when it went lower. And then he was going to give Max B $500,000 when he got out of jail. That's what Jim Jones said in a live interview. I don't know who's seen that, but I saw that interview. I'm going to ask you guys now, what was the project that Max B was going to record when he got out of jail called? What was that project going to be called that Max B was going to release when he got out of jail, when the bail went lower? What was Jim Jones saying that the project was going to be called? I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to answer that. King Kuflaco says Jim Jones is fire, but Max B is fire too. New York about to be on fire, and GS9 coming home is fire. My city looking good. Keep it all the bullshit away in the money. Yep, that's right. 100%, man. No, Janetti, no. I'm going to tell you guys. Jim Jones was waiting on Max B's bail to be lowered, and then he was going to get him out. Max B was going to come and record what album? What was the first album when Max B got on bail that he was going to record going to be called? It didn't actually ended up getting recorded. But what was it called, you guys? Oh, no, I'm talking about way back then. Max B was going to record a record called out on bail with a story to tell. That's what Jim Jones was going to market Max B's album as. Out on bail with a story to tell. Does anybody really remember that? When Jim Jones was on the radio promoting that, and he was like, yeah, Max B is going to come home. He's like, right now it's not smart to bail Max B out because in a couple of months, a couple of weeks, his bail is actually going to get lowered by a great percentage. Like it was going to go from $1 million to 150,000. And then Jim Jones was like, and then I'm going to give him this amount of money, 500,000 is what I believe he said. Yeah. Yeah, I remember all this shit, man. I remember all this shit. You know, I keep this shit in my mind all the time. But yeah, we had a good show tonight, you guys. Like I said, at about 10:30, we're going to come back on and we're going to speak about all the controversy surrounding the Saint Lunatics. So I hope you all tune in for that. Roger, that was a different deal. That was a different deal when Max actually signed on for 250,000. Jim Jones, go look for the interview, but I'm pretty sure Jim Jones said that he was going to give Max B $500,000 when he came home. Yeah, I mean, that's what I heard. You know what I mean? That's what I heard. But let me get some thumbs up in the chat. Do you guys want to hear about the Saint Lunatics controversy tonight? Nelly getting basically exposed through all of this? Let me get some thumbs up in the chat if you want to hear the St. Louis story tonight, you guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you guys want to donate to the channel, hit that Cash App Mikey T Movie. Shock Value TV, tune in later. Everybody that wants to donate to the channel, hit that Cash App Mikey T Movie. I appreciate you all tonight for tuning in.